Hi guys, welcome to Grudy's. Special one today, the 2002, the Hulk 2002. Right, so this is 2.6 5-speed LSD car. This got 3.9 LSD. I built the diff for this. It was actually built for a S14 car in WA, and after we built the engine for this one, it broke 2 diffs in the run-in period. Yeah, it makes a bit of torque. 2.6 M10, has lightweight flywheel. It's got a button clutch. The button clutch could probably go and have a sax put in it. Hold on. Client built center console. It's got like 1267 Ks since we built the engine. Real nice recovered steering wheel. We've got a gent here in Adelaide that recovers them for us. It could do with a few other little bits. It's got some black Recaros to go in it at some stage, where he's got some Recaros and he's got an E24 back seat, so that'll go in when time and money permits. Right. This car's had full paint job. What's it had? It's had, when he purchased the car, it had a paint job in the engine bay, I'm pretty sure. Just the top half. This has had genuine flares. So the client purchased aftermarket flares and an aftermarket body kit, and it was just dog shit. Like he said, he just couldn't deal with it, so he purchased genuine. Looks nice. It's a real nice looking car. Alright, well executed. It's got the big brakes on the front. I think it's got the I think it's got the Volvo calipers on the front of this, with the E21 hubs and rotors. Genuine staggered 5-stud, plugged and drilled 16-inch Alpinas. Rightio, let's get into what we did on this car. Right. Brake lines, double carbon steering knuckle, down to power steer, rack and pinion steer, has oversized sump. He put all the Island Engineering sway bars on. I had to make some spacers. Right. She has a rack and pinion. This is the motorsport only kit. Customer choice to drive on the street. Has harmonic balancer from Pip Parker. This is the stuff they ran on the Group A cars. Has multi-rib belt, multi-rib pulleys. Has billet fan, billet, alternator pulley, and hold on, let's see if we can get this in the shot. Where are we? See that nut? Yeah, I know, it's shocking camera work. We had to get that nut made. That was quite a dear nut. So what I did this time, so this car's actually got a fully recurved factory dizzy. This runs the smallest amount of advance you've ever seen. This is a full build. Okay, so there's more brand new brake lines. We went, let's go around. Oh, no, we can do it from here. We went and opposed the brake boosters, and I made all brand new lines in the engine bay. This has had the wiring tidied up. It's got an Alpassi reg, fan controller. Just tidied all the wiring and mounted everything really nicely. Right, we did this because we had to. It had to look cleaner. It was just really bad. It was just all original. Now that one wire there, that's an arm wire for the fan controller. That was an afterthought. The fan controller went in later because we actually couldn't get a fan in here because of this big radiator. So we had the radiator made. This actually had an M3 water pump on it. I didn't realise I was just stuff up on my own. The M3 water pump wouldn't fit with the big radiator. We need to modify the M3 water pump and put it back on at some stage, so it's got to be shortened up. It's run a Gen V intake. We angle milled the cylinder head. You can kind of see there. So the head was angle milled on the intake face to make sure that that manifold would sit the carbies down on a nicer angle. Right. Billet accelerator linkage that I made. Stainless steel rod, heme joints. Real neat. It's got, yeah, so that's a X5 double cardan join. We put an aeroflow coil on it, and we've been chasing a tuning issue, which we put down to the 48s. This engine pulls 19 just under 19 inches of vacuum, so it's ridiculous. So that's a full effort engine. It's a lot of money, but amazing torque band. So this made with the 48s, running rich in the mid-range, but running 12.2 in the top end, made 220 horsepower at 5.5, made 135 kilowatts at the tyre. Right, so we put that down to about 220 horsepower. We've done a full 2.5 inch exhaust. As I said, we built the diff. The diff is a 3.9 4 clutch billet hat full built E21 diff. This has half E21, half 2002 axles. We strengthened the rails down the bottom here. These rails have been strengthened. They've got a plate weld on the inside, and there was a tiny little bit of rust on the passenger side when it came in, so I fixed that. I've painted the bottom half of the engine bay, which you don't really get to see in this dodgy video, but you can kind of see some of it. So yeah, when it came in, the bottom half of the engine bay was still a little bit unpainted, so we just cleaned it up. But the 2.6, yeah, good little setup. It's got more potential to be more. There's a big difference between S14 205, 210 horsepower or whatever they make, and this. S14 makes that at 6,400. This thing makes 220 horsepower at 5.5. This car would annihilate an M3 in the hills. Makes so much mid-range torque, it's not funny. It was actually better than doing an S14. So an S14 was similar money. It's about 25k all up in the engine. Now that's because it was $7,000 for the stroker kit. Just ridiculous money for these parts. Valves, ridiculous money. I think would we pay $110 an intake valve because we wanted to go extra big. Just so much stuff. Now yeah, the car itself, car's done, it can be driven, can be enjoyed by him and his family. From here, later on, when he wants it to go a bit better, we can put a bigger cam in and we can make even more power. This engine should make 240, maybe 250 horsepower depending on cam and how big we go on carbs. So at the moment it's got 45s, 36mm chokes, and it's real nice to drive. We're probably sitting around the 210 horsepower mark, which is nice. Maybe even 200, but still makes all the torque that it did, so it still drives quite well and still pulls hard. So it's gotta sometimes with your plans you have to change things. So yeah, the 48s were just not playing the game. They were a 99-2. They didn't like the huge amounts of vacuum that this engine had. This got Spanish Webers on it now, and you know what, these are really good. You've got to go through them. And if you watch some of the other videos, which I'll put up on the screen, you'll be able to watch what we did with the emulsion tubes. You'll be able to watch what we did with lots of other stuff. But yeah, any questions, by all means, ask. But yeah, lots of work. We went right under this car, front to back. We even redid all the mounts for the gearbox. The gearbox mounts were poorly done by a previous owner. So I redid the 5-speed mounts on this car. This is what it's about. It's about re-engineering stuff and making things so it's easier to play with if somebody else ever touches it. But yeah. Oh, look at that. We've got a pug here. I'll do a video on the pug. You know why? This thing's got the best interior. The best interior. And it's one of my client's cars, and he's got Beamers, but loves this pug. And you know what? That deserves its own video. Thanks guys. Hope you learn a little bit with my videos and we go from there. And yes, I've been sharing a few links lately, and I'm learning a bit more about YouTube, so as I get better, the videos will get better. Once we've got better camera gear, the videos will get better. We'll start to edit, blah 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 blah. Everything takes time. Thanks for your day.